Yesterday, Russians participated in a parliamentary assembly in Vienna of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, the OSCE. Lithuanian representatives boycotted the session, and the Latvian delegate, Kols, issued a most extraordinary statement. I'm going to play it in full. It's on the BBC, but in a censored version. I want to play the uncensored version because I would entirely agree with what he says. Absolutely. The delegation from Russia is led by none other than Pyotr Tolstoy, the man who looks like a toad, who started his political career by claiming that Jewish people were desecrating Orthodox churches, an outrageous anti-Semitic slight, and then went on to advocate and promote the anti-gay legislation, which has, when I met him, he was enthusing about the fact that it would lead to between 12 and 21 years in prison. Now I think it's just a significant fine, but it's now about a prohibition of any form of written or broadcast media that promotes or encourages a non-traditional lifestyle. It's it's so vague. It's in the eye of the authorities to decide what that constitutes. It's involved censorship, it's involved black lines across books, it's involved book pulping. It's the closest, I think, that we've got in the Russian-Ukrainian war to a replication of the sort of social policies of Hitler's Nazis, the book burning, now book pulping. We've heard people banding around the term Nazi. Initially, the Russians talking about Ukrainian mercenaries, but it's the Russian mercenaries, the Russian Wagner force, the Chechen forces who have committed atrocities that parallel and mimic the atrocities of the Third Reich. And Pyotr Tolstoy is standing there championing these ideals, and he's been invited. Not only has he been invited to Europe, not only has he been invited, and as somebody who has been sanctioned, 18 Russian MPs, including Tolstoy, but Austria is behaving as if it's perfectly reasonable. And 100 Austrian intellectuals have apparently protested, but no one seems to care. And the Russian politicians were warmly welcomed into Vienna by Austria's far-right Freedom Party, which invited them to attend a banquet today on the anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. I can think of nothing more repulsive. So here is the video.
Right now that, we stand up to our principles and values and statutes. We don't. I mean, there's an elephant in this room, which is called by name Russian Federation delegation. I mean, if they're a witness, if I were a witness and somebody asked me, who's the war criminal? Well, I would point to the back benches in this room. And it's just disgrace. It's a disgrace that this delegation is here, particularly the delegation that consists of members who are sanctioned individuals who voted to annex independent countries' territories, Donbass, Kherson, Zaporizhia Oblast, Lugansk. Those are the principles this institution was vouched to protect and guard. And we're sitting like nothing happened. I would use the momentum, and apologies, Mr. Chair. I will convey a message to the Russian Federation delegation sitting in this room, and I will quote the Ukrainian border guards. Русский военный корабль пошел нахуй.
Thank you. Thank you.